Solid, solid, solid album. All right. First listen notes. Just by looking at the cover art of the album and the beginning of Glade, where you can hear all the birds and the geese honking and everything, it kind of just made me think that they're really putting it together as to where this place is. I didn't read anything about this album or the influence of it at all. So this is just going on an assumption of hearing and looking at what's going on here. So that's something I kind of just thought like, hey, that was, they're letting you know that they're in a place outside of the city for the most part is what I gathered from it. I love for sure. So Born in a War was probably my favorite so far first listen song. And then after that would have had to been City's Face. And I don't know if you could tell or not, but when I was listening to Waking, as upbeat as it is, all I could keep thinking about was that line, a person can change a city's face, and then that becomes strange, or whatever he said. But to that tone and effect, and it just made me remember like all the different places and cities I've lived, and you meet people and they could totally change the perspective of a place for you. And then you move on to the next city. You become strangers with the other people that you knew, and then you just meet, and it's just like a cycle, or it has been for me. Yeah, so I like during all of Waking, I don't know if you could see it on my face, but I was just thinking about all these different people that I've met. And then like now I barely have contact with anymore because I'm just bouncing around city to city all the time. So I Knew You, that was another one too that I really liked. I like the whole "you can see the gold in their eyes" line a lot. The Painter, I love the beat on The Painter a lot. I thought that was kind of different along the lines of just like having a really heavy bass going the whole way with that. Plastic Beach was good. I mean, the whole album was good. So here's my thoughts of the album as a whole as compared to the other ones. So we all know that like A Far Field, how it like pretty much went through a whole melody of the whole album the whole time for the most part. And Singles, I'm only comparing these two pretty much. And Singles wasn't like that. So this one, it feels like they're trying to go in the route of not having it go all the way through the same way as A Far Field, even though they have a lot of songs that could end up in that lineup. For instance, like if you went from For Sure to Born in a War to Waking to Plastic Beach to Hit the Coast, all those I feel like would be, I mean, if you started off with Glade and then went all those, it would just be like Aladdin and then going all the way down to the beats that sound kind of similar, which I love that for them. But I'm really glad also that they broke it up between on this one. They had like they had a little bit of slower ones mixed in between, and it really worked out well because it makes you actually think and appreciate the lyrics. As you can see with like, we went from Born in a War, which I really loved, which is so upbeat, even though like the lyrics were really great on that too. And then it just took the tempo all the way down to I Knew You, and it made you listen and think about, the lyrics and story to that song. And then it went from that to A City's Face, where you're just like, oh, I used to know you. And then it's like, or you used to know me. And then it went to City's Face, and it's like, yeah, there are some people that I've met in the city that have changed the way I look at things, and da-da-da-da-da. And then it goes right from that to like Waking, you know what I mean? And then it goes to that really cool beat. They did a really good job of orchestrating this album out. That's all I could say. But anyway, what do you folks think? I really, really enjoyed it. I'm probably going to listen to Born in a War now as I make breakfast and get another cup of coffee because it's Friday. It's a good upbeat song. So I'll talk to you folks in the comments. Also, if you like hearing these reactions, watching it, I appreciate that like button or hit subscribe because I do this a lot. I'll see you in the next episode.